This is all of the util that you need to take a site on train. For all three smokes, you can use this corner. So this is the second door on the train, and then you just stand in this. For the sandwich smoke and the camera smoke, you can use the same lineup. So it basically is the top of the railing and where it meets the roof over here. Aim slightly above so that you're in line with this left side corner of the railing itself. For the sandwich smoke, you just jump throw. For the camera smoke, you W jump throw. So the same lineup works for both of them. So this is the sandwich smoke, and this is basically the camera smoke. So you can throw both of these very quickly because it is the same lineup. For the Z smoke, you stand in the same corner, aim at the top left corner of the sign, walk one step forward and jump through. If you have a teammate throwing one of the smokes, then they can basically use this corner. For the camera smoke, stand behind this post which has that mark. The old lineup was top of the cans over here, but now a better lineup would be to aim slightly below that where this line is. And the reason is that the new boxes were added where the smoke used to bounce. So if you use the old lineup, it blooms outside over here and does not cover this angle. So this smoke is also useful if you have teammates rushing Ivy. And for that, you basically need to aim slightly lower. For the Z smoke, you can use this top left corner of the door as a reference. Aim above that and move your crosshair to the left so that you're aiming at this dark mark on the wall right below the beam. So a standard jump throw will bounce off the top of the train and land in Z. The Z smokes that I've shown don't cover this angle, so this is something that you'll need to be aware of. If you are rushing, a good pop flash for A rushes is your teammate basically comes over here, aims at the pipe on the wall in front of you, and jump throw. So this will basically pop above this extended section on the wall and cannot blind your teammate. So this is why there's a good entry flash for rushes. So again, basically blooms on top of over here, and this angle is usually visible from most of the areas on site. For a late pop flash, stand in this corner, aim at the top right corner of the A sign and jump throw. This is better for late rushes because it will blind this player. So this is basically a pop flash for Ivy. You can also use this as a late flash for when your team is already near sandwich, because this blooms on top of their head or pops on top of their head and will not blind them, but covers most of the other angles that are there on site. It also does not blind your teammates if they are near E-box over here. So just like this, because it's far towards the left, it does not blind them. If you are rushing, then a good follow-up flash. So this is the entry flash. A good follow-up flash would be aim in this corner, run forwards and jump through. This is especially the case if your teammates are going towards Z-box, because the second flash will blind everyone playing near red. The first flash basically blooms over there, and it is like the players playing very close to the red do not get blinded by that. So you can throw this follow-up flash after that, and you can throw more of the same flashes if your team is rushing, especially rushing towards the E-box area. For the first two teammates who are rushing, the new issue is basically the new box. So you can actually model it off. So the first player can basically aim at this portion of the crane. So there is this mark, so second from the right. Depending on how far you are, you basically can use this as a reference. So you just aim like shown. then run forward and just a left click throw. So this spreads towards the right side and covers the boost boxes so they cannot jump up and view above the sandwich smoke. And the other is the old lineup. So basically, the backsite only, you use this part of the train, aim at the ground, and then run forward and jump through. You can also do this while you are actually rushing, so you can use this window as a reference. So this basically bounces off of the um, wall or door over here and lands covering the backside of the train, extends towards the right and left. Does not cover the cubby area, so that is something that you need to be aware of. There is also a smoke that you can throw to cover this angle if you want, and that is a very loose lineup. You just aim towards the top of the train, anywhere generally does, and just throw. So it extends towards the left and covers this angle. So this is a good smoke to throw if you wanted to, but I'd say the mollies are generally more important. So yep, that's it. That's most of the utility that you're going to need to take outside.